from the PPW Training Academy at a height of 6 foot 2 inches and about 235 pounds, I present to you heavy metal Jake Hazard. Now, Jake, this is a shoot, man. He is a musician. This music you hear, which is pretty good in my opinion, is his band. Everybody here likes Jake. I like when the song picks up here. Now, Jake has got this persona going on right now where he's kind of like, nobody can beat this shit out of me like I can beat this shit out of me. And his opponent is the PPW reigning current King of the Iron Man. You guys named him. We didn't. Please give it up for badass Branden Campbell. This kid too, large by industry standards today. So much heart. Branden breathes, eats, and sleeps pro wrestling. I love his music too, by the way. This is original music. It's not copyright, but I don't know the whole origin. But I promise now that we're doing Twitch and I've got the time, or guys, you expect the time, I'll get you more background on it. There he is. I don't think that the Academy has produced a talent that has really excelled at the pace that this guy Branden has, man. Yeah, this kid Branden Campbell, one hell of an athlete. I mean, he studies so much tape, and if you guys think about it, and if you read up, you're going to find that all the greats say to be great, you've got to watch the greats and study the greats. A lot of youngsters today watch wrestling, but they don't study wrestling, and Branden Campbell does. And I'm talking, he's even a fan of the old European rules matches. The world of sport. These two guys, man, they've been able to maintain their composure, keep emotion out of it up to this point. And I think what they're realizing, there we go. I was hoping that would happen because I was just about to say, they, I think, are starting to realize, and you guys watching and the people that do watch them, follow us real close, know that they bring out the best in each other. Now, I don't blame them for starting slow because they both know the last thing I want to do is let that guy get a hold of me because I may not get out. Branden Campbell goes about 240, 245, 6'4". Jake Hazard goes about 230, 235 at 6'2". There's only a couple inch difference. And right now, Branden Campbell, look at him use that lower body along with the upper body to control the head of Jake Hazard. If you haven't heard me say it before, I'm going to say it. And if you have heard, and Jake gets out of there, and so does Branden, right before Jake can counter. The reason they put a bit in the horse's mouth is because if you control the head of the horse, you control the horse. And that's what Branden was trying to do with Jake there by keeping hold of the head. And let's face it, Jake's a good-sized guy. He's kind of a small horse. Look at these two jockeying. Look at them jockeying for position. They're trying to out-wrestle each other in there. Now it's Jake's turn. And a nice turtle spin, and Jake has got control of Branden. Let's see for how long. Branden getting up. He's got the right leg up and the left to follow. waist lock by Jake Hazard. And if Jake's got those fingers interlaced, Brandon's got his work cut out for it and getting out of that waist lock. If Jake's knuckles are white right now, and look at that. I don't fault Branden for that. I don't fault Branden for that one bit. He got out of the hold the way he had to. One thing he knows about wrestling with this guy now for the 5th time is that you got to conserve your energy. These guys both can take a lot and they can dish out a lot, and those are your real tough guys, the guys that can take as much as they dole out. Branden goes for the leg shoot and misses it, but Branden got the legs, but he spun Jake over, and we're wrestling, folks. We're wrestling. Now it's Branden with the waist lock on Jake Hazard, and Jake nowhere near the ropes to get out of that one. The young referee, A.J. Spence, has got his hands full with this match. Look at the squeeze that Branden's putting on him, and look at the desperation, the seriousness on the face and body of Jake Hazard as he tries to muscle out of this. It looks like he's doing it. And he's out of it, right into a schoolboy. Now, here's the other thing I want you guys to notice, and Branden Campbell returns the favor. One thing I want you guys to notice about these two guys, and they're already starting it, the actual fact that they can wrestle at their size. They have power moves, both of them. But the thing I like about them is they both have wrestling skills as well. You look at those two guys, and it's not like looking at Orange Cassidy. You know you don't want to tangle with either one of these guys in or outside of the ring. They're believable. They're already breathing, man. They're already working hard. I'm starting to see the sweat develop on Jake Hazard's body anyway. And look at these two. This takes the whole body, man. And this right here is an epitome of these guys. Who's the bigger dog? Who's the alpha? Oh, and there he goes. Jake Hazard puts the period at the end of the exclamation point. That forearm was not an illegal move, just aggressive. And believe me, he knows Branden. Branden is going to be throwing forearms, but tonight, Jake was lucky enough to beat him to the first one. Collar and elbow again. Intensity in 10 cities here. Look at these guys are breathing. They're turning red. And from here now I see the sweat start to glisten off the traps and back of badass Branden Campbell. And now Branden is currently driving Jake back. I love seeing this stuff, you guys. I love seeing who's the alpha. And in that scenario, the alpha ended up being Branden Campbell. And Jake knew that was coming. Oh, and now if you're keeping track of forearms, it's Branden 2, Jake 1. But Jake gets out of the way. Branden unscathed. 2, 3. Goes for the snapmare. Cock block. He cock blocked him on the snapmare. Couple elbows to the gullet. Got the snapmare. Now Branden Campbell and Jake Hazard being aggressive with some serious strikes to the neck, the rhomboid trapezius region. And now he's got Branden tied up. And he's got like I'm going to go ahead and call it an inverted abdominal stretch, and he's got clawing in there on the rib cage, the serratus. There's so many nerves. All the nerves from your back tie in between those ribs in the front. But Branden's had enough of that. Elbowed his way out. Now he snapmares Jake, and so there's a forearm for you, son. Oh, and there's 2. You heard it. I don't have to sell it. Wow. Oh, man. Let's see, man. I told you these guys can dish out and take it. Let's see if Jake's having that good a night, because Branden's not giving him a chance to shake that off. Right now he's putting so much pressure on the traps, the front delts, the shoulder blades, the neck, all the way to the base of the skull. The upside of this surfboard maneuver is your lungs are wide open, but you can't think and breathe at the same time sometimes to capitalize off that. But Jake seems to be thinking, Jake seems to be breathing, and wow, impressive feat of strength. Seriously, I don't care who you are. And, Samoan slam by Jake on the larger man. He gets over for the cover hook of the leg, and no. Now it's Branden's turn to show how much he can take and keep moving forward. You see what I'm saying about these guys? Very physical. Ne'er a rule was broken up to this point. And now Jake has decided he wants that left shoulder and trap. And I guess at this point, whatever Jake wants, Jake gets, because that Samoan slam on the bigger man really startled the shit out of his body. And here goes Branden trying to get some good juju going up in here. And he knows that positivity, you need that in a wrestling match, especially one like this. Those are palm strikes. Those are open hands. So was that. And Branden got him up for a standing suplex. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. How long is he going to hold him up there all night? Somebody make Jake a sandwich. Oh, what a suplex. All the blood is in the head and upper body of Jake Harrison, and Branden comes in and hooks the leg. 1, 2, and look at that. Do you think watching on Twitch that if Branden had you up for that long and dropped you that hard, you'd be able to kick out of it before the count of 3? I don't think I could, and I did this for 30 years. Impressive, man. Impressive. And these guys, the pace is starting to slow down, and Branden giving those palm strikes into that area I told you about, the floating ribs, the short ribs. Those ribs are where all the nerves come in. And now Branden has got a version of the Dragon Sleeper on there. What's impressive to me is he's got the bigger man in there, but he was able to, while he has him in the hold, walk him away from the ropes for breaking out. And now Jake went up to use an arm, and Branden has trapped that arm, making it even harder for Jake to get out of this one. He's compromised. I don't see Jake tapping tonight, even if he pulls his head off, because he's worked hard to even break even at this point with the best of 7 with Branden Campbell. It's currently 2. And look at the arm dropped once. Maybe I'm going to be proved wrong. The arm dropped a second time. And there, no, I'll tell you, you should have seen me, folks. I was holding on to the hammer. Jake digs into the trap, into the front delt. That's the first part. And now a series of open palms to the chest area, maybe the jugular side of the neck, but he's out of harm's way for now, man. He's not giving up. If it works, don't fix it. And he was holding him up by the trap, and he had a claw on that trapezius, a nerve hold. Irish whip. Swing, better. Oh, another one. 0 for 2. Branden with a kick and almost trips himself up. And Branden is struggling. Look at the welts on Branden's neck and chest and back, for that matter. Branden taking a second to get his affairs in order. He picks up Jake. Oh, forearm strike. European uppercut somewhere in between. And a strike back. 10 minutes have expired. Just 10. And here goes Branden, and Branden's getting into that zone. But Jake reverses it. It's so hard to call their matches, because it never favors one guy. Look at Jake. Tell me how this is possible. Strongest slam and a cover. 1, 2, no! Now, seriously, I mean, tell me in the comments, am I lying when I tell you these guys are a great depiction of tough guys? How much can you dish out, but how much can you take? And they're doing both a great job. And the only where that place comes from, the heart comes from, to love this industry is from the heart. And Branden saying, come to Papa, come to Papa. You see that? Jake leaving his feet. He's really putting those shoulders into the midsection of Campbell. And Campbell, just the ropes are the only thing holding him up. Jake Hazard on top for the moment. Irish whip across the ring, but up and over goes the bigger man, and a schoolboy too. He almost surprised Jake and all of us, and probably you guys watching on Twitch. Please, don't be shy. Try not to be trolls or creepers. It's okay to talk here. Weigh in, comment. Branden Campbell and Jake Hazard. Unbelievable. We're almost 12 minutes in, and these guys, I believe, might just be getting started. Here comes Jake with a head of steam. And that is all Jake Hazard on all of Branden Campbell's upper body. Oh, what a clothesline. But Branden is just absorbed so much punishment. Look at him crawl and claw. And finally, no, Jake Hazard kicks out before Branden can even hook the leg. These guys are beating the shit out of each other point blank. Branden can't believe it was a 2 count. Wow. Even the referee in this one, who is in fact a young trainee, he's getting education out there just refereeing these 2 guys. Look at Branden relentlessly, but notice he hasn't broken a rule yet, neither has Jake Hazard. High knee. There's another one. And if you notice, Branden's using the outside of the knee, the hip area there. And now what? He's going for that suplex again. It worked before. It almost won the match. But Jake pumped the brakes. Says, no, I've seen this movie before. Jake clubbing his way out, again targeting the ribs. So many nerves in those ribs. And now Branden, they're beating the hell out of each other. Branden can't get him though. Jake's refusing to take the bump. Jake will not do business as he's driven Branden down to a knee. Oh, you heard it, folks. Man-on-man action. Oh, and Branden too. Oh, Branden. You never see Branden Campbell like this. And Jake Hazard has got the head and neck compromised. It's locked in. It's like a reverse camel clutch. Branden's face says it all. Unbelievable. Just like Jake, I don't see Branden. He may pass out, and I think in this match in particular, he's going to pass out before he taps out because now there's so much pride on the line. Is he checking it? The people are even saying night, night. You heard them. The arm dropped. The arm dropped again. And no! Branden Campbell, in that moment of a wrestling match that separates the men from the boys, he stepped right up and now he's that simple transition. Oh, go! How innovative. How innovative is that? But Branden can't follow up with a cover because the hold did so much damage to him. Count him, ref. This might be a double knockout. Branden showing signs of life, but it's still a long way to his feet. It's still a long. Jake Hazard holding the back of that head and neck. Oh, all right, the count stops. I think it's 6. Branden, though, reeling. Jake reeling, and he really connected with that forearm. Now it's Jake's turn to say, bring it on. Oh, and he really wanted it. He got it. I don't know how Jake's getting up, staggered. He caught him that time, and now Jake really, he wants it. I don't think he wanted that one. I don't think he wanted that one. He didn't ask for that short arm clothesline. There's no way in God's green earth. Only 15 minutes gone in the match. And a cover, no, he's not going for a cover. Now, I love Branden's moveset. He always does something new, and it's usually innovative, and every week he does something he's never done before. And that's a nice backbreaker, and Jake's body just said it all. But Branden's not satisfied. I think he knows Jake better than we do. Oh, that move was made famous by Hector Guerrero. That move was made famous by Hector Guerrero, who, to be fair, is probably half the size of Branden Campbell. Beautiful, beautiful splash. You've got to admire the guts, the balls, the gumption of Jake Hazard. Branden picking him up, but Branden, look at, I don't know where Branden's getting the wind from, the endurance from, to keep picking up this big guy. But now Jake's turn, and he's got him up, and what's he going to go for? Could be an F5, could it be a Death Valley driver? Apparently nothing, because Branden whacked his way out. And look at him with a beautiful series of jiu-jitsu shots. Coming off the ropes, coming off this rope. That's his cutter. That's Branden's cutter. Now right there's a 6'4", 245-pound man for a cover. 1, 2, and I can't believe my friggin' eyes. I can't believe it. Branden can't believe it. Jake Hazard is a tough MRFer, folks. Tough. Tough ain't the word for it. Wow. Unbelievable. Branden has got to be frustrated, but let's see if this ass. Jake is laughing about it. Jake's in his zone, man. He's gone. He is mentally gone. He is just, I'd be a turn. Man. Big deal throw. Jake is going to get a hernia. Unbelievable. And Jake goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh! Whew. How can you not put these two guys over, folks? Even on Twitch, how can you not put these two guys over? So much heart being displayed out there. I kind of wish it was a best of 70. Then I could actually die happy. Now we're on our knees. And it looks like we're trading chops. Oh, these suck. I'd sometimes rather get hit than chopped. It stings so much, especially with a coat of sweat on you. Oh, man, neither one's backing down. Oh, man, I go, you go, just like that. Look at Branden Campbell just lost a tooth. I think he lost a tooth. Branden Campbell, where did that burst of energy come from? Bless his heart. He's got him up for the standing again. If Jake gets another one, no way he's going to kick out. No way. Oh, he turned it into a DDT. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this matchup at 18 minutes and 31 seconds, Jake Hazard, who is now up 3 matches to 2. What a match. Wow. Jake effing Hazard, Branden effing Campbell. Oh, God. Let's hope this thing isn't going to escalate. They've kept their composure up to this point. Let's see if Branden going to kiss them or kill them. Look at these two. Jake's ready. Branden's ready. Let's hope there's still that aura of respect between them. It was right in the middle of the ring, just like... Oh! All right.